there are 3 parts of the training today where you will become qualified Hajjis to be, inshallah. The first part is where I will teach you the overview of the Hajj, and most importantly, how to keep faith. Okay? That's the first part. Keeping safe in the Hajj. Then we're going to have a short break, and then we're going to get a reminder from our very special guest here, National Zakat Foundation. They're going to give us a 10-15 minute reminder on a very important pillar other than Hajj. Then part 2 of the Hajj training, remember there's 3 parts. Part 2 of the Hajj training is where Sheikh Suleiman Ghani, who has done Hajj many times, of which both him and myself have presented Hajj on Islam channel back in 2008. He's going to be taking you through how to do the Umrah first and foremost, and then how to do the Hajj. Now I encourage you that if you have any questions throughout the course of any of those 2 seminars, you should ask. Raise your hand, we'll come to you and we will answer. No question is taboo. No question is a dumb question in this seminar. Does that make sense? Even if you don't know something very basic according to you, don't worry. Because I guarantee you somebody else in the room will probably have the same question. So come into this seminar with an open mind that I don't care. Oh my God. We know what Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam said about Hajj. What did he say? He said that an accepted Hajj, there's no other reward. There's no other reward except Jannah. It's a paradise. And the way it's been described is that when you have an accepted Hajj, you know you had an accepted Hajj because you did your preparation. You came to Luton on a wet day. I heard a brother has come from Walsall, may Allah bless him. Another brother has come from Sheffield, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless him. People have come from far and wide down to Luton to actually learn the rites of Hajj. This is the steps in the right direction. But let me tell you a personal story before we move on. Allah will answer your prayers. Allah will answer your prayers in this Hajj. My wife was reminding me this morning, it's going to be 13 years since I was married to her. 13 years. When we got married, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not bless us with children. You know what it's like in our culture. Oh, you got married, you've been married for 3 months. Have you any kids yet? You're like, no. 6 months later, have you any kids yet? No, Allah has not blessed us yet. 12 months later, oh Beta, tell me some good news. Brothers and sisters, imagine the pressure on, not just, I wasn't too bothered, on my wife, so stressed. Why isn't Allah blessing us with children? And I started to feel it too. 12 months went by, 24 months went by, 36 months went by. We were on year 5 and we were thinking, subhanAllah. We had all the tests, we've been to the doctors. Doctor said, you're fine, Abdul. My wife had a test, they said, she's fine. I'm like, why isn't Allah blessing us with children? I couldn't understand it. And then in 2008, 5 years after my marriage, I had the opportunity to go on Hajj. And I did what you brothers and sisters are doing. I prepared. I said, I don't care if I'm going with TV. I'm going to make sure that my Hajj comes before television. And I was very lucky to have that man sitting in the front there, Sheikh Suleiman Ghani, as my co-presenter. Because he was my personal Hajj guide as well. And you know what? The day of Arafat, you're going to learn more about that today. The Prophet ﷺ said, Hajj is Arafat. He said, Hajj is Arafat. If you don't complete the day of Arafat, your Hajj is not accepted. It's impossible. have to go through the rituals of the day of Arafat. So you know what I did? Day of Arafat, I ran. I ran to the mountain of mercy, Jabal al-Rahmah. You don't have to go there. As long as you're in the precinct of Arafat, the Sheikh will teach us later. You can be anywhere in Arafat, it's accepted. I raised my hands and I said, oh Allah, Allah. My wife and I have been trying for 5 years. Oh Allah, bless us with a child, a pious child. And I made this dua with sincerity, with the utmost of belief that I know Allah could hear me and Allah was there. And subhanallah, Allahu Akbar. What happened? The following month, my wife gave me the news that she's pregnant. We went to the hospital and she had a scan, as you do, 12 weeks in. And the nurse looked at us and she said, well, you're having twins. I said, Allahu Akbar. And there they are at the back. Safa and Marwa, wave your hands. Wave your hands. That's Safa and Marwa at the back. MashaAllah. And I had to name them Safa and Marwa. There's a point here. There's a serious point. That if you go into this pillar of Islam, this ritual of Islam, with the best of intentions, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will return His favors upon you. You need to believe that. So take this day seriously. Don't let the distractions, don't let the shaitan, he's out there, he will want to distract you. Don't take the distraction. Give it your utmost attention. Remember, no question is a dumb question. This is your chance to benefit from our Shaykh. Not from me, from our Shaykh. And let's do that. And with that, I'd like to pass the microphone very quickly over to the CEO of the Council of British Hajis before we start part 1 of this training. Bismillah, Rashid Mogradia. It's alright, you don't need to clap, we don't clap in Islam, generally.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Who's excited? Who's excited for Hajj? Yeah. Alhamdulillah. I think by the end of this session you're going to be really inspired. And if that's not an inspiring story, I really don't know what is. And alhamdulillah, I myself have got so many different stories I can tell you about Hajj and the blessings of it. I'm not going to bore you. Inshallah, one day I'm going to write a book on my Hajj journey and you'll read it. But it is an inspiring journey of a lifetime, absolutely. Without further ado, I know we want to move on very swiftly and you want to get into the rituals and how to perform Hajj as well. I just want to say some very few opening words. First of all, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for attending this very important seminar. You've taken that first step to that journey to Allah. May Allah accept from you, from us, and everybody who's going. You can't prepare enough for this journey, and you'll hear this throughout the course of the day, throughout the course of the afternoon. The more reading you do, the better equipped you're going to be. But it's also knowing about what that journey is going to entail. And I want to start off very quickly with a very important few verses of the Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala actually talks to us and directs us on how to perform Hajj. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحج أشهر معلومات فمن فرد فيهن الحج فلا رفث ولا فسوق ولا جدال في الحج وما تفعلوا من خير يعلمه الله وتزودوا فإن خير الزاد التقوى واتقون يا أولي الألباب. ليس عليكم جناح أن تبتغوا فضلا من ربكم فإذا أفدتم من عرفات واذكروا الله عند مشعر الحرام واذكروه كما هداكم وإن كنتم من قبله ومن الضالين. ثم أفيدوا من حيث أفاد الناس واستغفروا الله إن الله غفور رحيم. وإذا قضيتم مناسككم فاذكروا الله كذكركم آباءكم أو أشد ذكرا ومن الناس من يقول ربنا آتنا في الدنيا وما له في الآخرة من خلاق. The translation for this, especially that first verse, is Hajj is during well-known months. And what are these well-known months? These are the months that we're actually passing by. Shawwal, Dhul-Qa'dah, and the first few days of Dhul-Hijjah. So whoever has made a Hajj obligatory upon himself therein, by entering the state of Ihram, there is to be for him no sexual relations, no disobedience, and no disputing or quarreling during Hajj. And whatever good you do, Allah knows it. And take provisions, but indeed the best provision is fear of Allah, and fear me, i.e. Allah, or you of understanding. That last line there, where it says take provisions with you, and that provision is taqwa, to God fearness in you. Believe you me, when you enter Haram, when you enter Makkah, you will feel the jalawi, the power of Allah. That's as you set foot into Makkah. And it's such a sense of serenity that you are embarking towards Allah that words can't describe. I can stand here and try and describe it, but until you get there, you won't know yourself. And as well as seeing the fearing of Allah, we also need to understand the mercy of Allah that He has bestowed upon us to take that journey to Him. So just reflect on these verses. This is in Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter number 2, verse number 197, all the way up to 200 and so forth, and various other verses of Quran, ayah as well, that Allah has said to mankind that it's a duty for mankind to make that journey to His house. And again, some translation, which you can read upon it as well in your time. But reflect on these verses. And here's my observation of Hajj. Hajj is a testament that people from all around the world can embark on this particular place and unite as an ummah, as one nation, and get along. So when we find here in our home country that people use our community, our religion as a way of tarnishing us, or trying to say that people of the Muslim faith can't integrate, this is a testament that our faith teaches us that the integration is in the heart of Islam. There's over 186 countries, nations that participate in Hajj from all around the globe. So one day you bring salah next to somebody from Malaysia, next thing you know you might be doing salam to somebody from Mexico. It's just a beautiful experience of brotherhood, and that is something that you can take back to your towns and cities when you come back from Hajj, inshallah. There was a paper done by Harvard University a few years back to look at how people, it was actually a particular segment of the community, the Pakistani community, on how, when they performed Hajj, how they would react when they came back. And surprisingly to them, they found that people became more God-fearing, they became more inclusive of their neighbours, regardless of faith and community. So it brings a lot of positives for communities that people can benefit from a Hujjaj, who's next to them, who's embarked on this journey, who's actually taking that footsteps of Ibrahim alayhi salam into our lives as well. But that requires change within ourselves as well. We've got a panel of experts who's going to be taking you through this journey, so I'm not going to detail every single aspect of it. I want to encourage you to take a few points of my observations over the last decade or so serving the Hujjaj, both here and in Saudi Arabia, and how you can maximize your journey, how you can maximize your time when you're out there, and reflect upon why you're going there. So first and foremost, learn the rites of Hajj. So you've made a positive step of actually coming to the seminar, so that's in itself positive. But start reading on books. We've got a few Hajj guides at the back as well, you can pick up and read as well. Manage your expectations. So whether you booked in a economy package with your tour operator or a 5-star, call it 0 stars, it doesn't matter. Because on the days of Hajj, Allah has ordained us to put on the 2 sheets of white garment, plain and simple, prince or pauper, and embark into the desert. It doesn't matter if you're staying in a 5-star hotel or in a bed and breakfast. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you manage your expectations, and because that, you'll find that your step towards this journey will be a lot easier. You'll hear that throughout the course of the talks today, there's delays when you go to Mecca. There's over 2 million people that try to do the same rites as you move from one location to another. It's a logistical challenge for any country to do. I don't think there's any country capable of doing this other than Saudi Arabia at present. We have to take, we, as in the British government, took lessons from that when we hosted the Olympics back in 2012 on how to manage mass people. There's going to be delays. Put the expectations in yourselves, and inshallah you'll have a better journey and experience when you are there. Know the health and safety risks and manage them. So if you've got any health concerns, we've got an expert doctor who's been on Hajj as a Hajj guide, as a Hajj doctor as well, who'll be joining us later on this afternoon, and some of you are here for the vaccination as well. He's going to talk you through the whole journey, so if you've got questions, ask him. Maybe something related to your health. There's some safety advice as well, which Brother Akbar is going to deliver. And these are based on things that we've experienced and we've observed all the time out there as well. Help others. What did our Prophet say? Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, peace be upon him. Best of you are those who benefit others. Try and help others. You know, lift the bag up. I'm sure their du'as will be more precious on that journey for you. Let this sink in. Less than 0.1% of the Muslims in this world will get to perform Hajj each year. 0.1%. If you look at countries like Malaysia and Indonesia, it's almost like a lottery system. The day you're born, you're put into a system that one day you may get to go to perform Hajj. Count yourself absolutely lucky, and you know, to embark on this journey. But you have a responsibility now to share your experiences with others who may not get a chance to go, or may be sitting on the fence, or been gifted with the means to go but haven't taken that journey, or that stepped you towards that journey. So we all have a duty to play in that. And once you prepare for this journey, and I refer back to that verse of the Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions take provisions. The best provisions is taqwa, the God in you. There's also the practical elements, so you're going to need your hands, you're going to need your travel bags, you're going to need your travel guides. But if you're going to pack one suitcase of your Hajj essentials, can I encourage you to pack 10 suitcases of patience? And you're going to get to hear about that a lot throughout the course this afternoon. And don't hold me to this. I don't want your luggage allowances going off guard because you took 10 suitcases in, because Mr. Rashid from CBH mentioned that. You know, it's a literal saying. But in essence, it highlights the importance of exercising patience. One of the reasons why is that Shaitan knows that you're going there, you're going to be forgiven. He's not going to let you come back slate clean. So he's going to try and make you quarrel or create mischief amongst yourselves. Best thing is to walk away. Go and do tawaf, do zikr. And again, I want to refer and leave you with this beautiful quote from our Prophet ﷺ. The reward for an accepted Hajj is nothing less than paradise. And on that note, I wish you all a Hajj Mabrur. Jazakallah khair.
Jazakallah khair. That was Rashid Mogradia from the Council of British Hajjis. So, let's kick this off. This is your Hajj training part 1. So, what we're going to do first of all is just talk about where you are at in terms of planning your journey. So, now, when I speak to brothers, and they say to me, and I say to them, brother, why are you going on Hajj? Sometimes they say, well, because my wife is forcing me to go on Hajj. Hopefully, that's not the reason why you're going on Hajj, okay? You're going on Hajj because you want to fulfill that fundamental pillar of Islam. Yes? That's the reason. So hopefully, obviously, where you are at, you've started, you've done a bit of research, you've probably heard about Hajj, hopefully you've done a bit of reading, but if you haven't, it's okay. It's okay. Now, I remember when I went on Hajj for the first time, I was confused. Literally. Now, I was practicing, I would argue, but I was very confused about the rituals and rites of Hajj. So you, right now, are on this plan of your journey. And some of you may have done some research, some of you may not, and it's okay. But right now you're here. You're attending a seminar, a lecture on performing the Hajj. What I want to say at this point is as soon as you leave those doors around 7 o'clock tonight, the shaitan, he's going to try to distract you. He's going to want you to forget everything you learned today. So life will kick in. Don't let that happen. Be mindful of the fact that actually I'm on this journey and I need to keep preparing. Just attending this seminar where inshallah you will be set up for success. You need to keep on tabs. So I see some of you are making notes. That's great. If you are not making notes, that's okay as well, because we're going to send you the slides that we use today. Anyone who's registered and who has signed in with our registration team, the CBH team, we're going to send you the slides, okay? So write down what you need to, which is great, because writing down is a good form of retention. But we will send you the slides as well, so that you can revise what you've learned. So, obviously, one thing that you've all done, I'm hoping, has everybody booked their pilgrimage package? Everybody? Yes? Good. So we don't really need to go through this, but often when we do this seminar, people who are attending, we try to warn them that there are a lot of tour operators out there that actually are not qualified to be tour operators. They are not licensed by the Ministry of Hajj, and therefore people like you, people like me, who are well-intended, just want to, fulfill the pillar, get into a lot of problems. Right, Sheikh? But none of that's happening today. So atoll protection is really important. So even today, even now, maybe when you go back home this evening, make sure your tour operator is atoll protected, okay? It's very important. And basically, that means that your package is backed up by the provider and by atoll. The other thing the CBH offers is this. You can actually verify a tour operator and check to see that they've been vetted by the CBH online as well at cbhuk.org. So I'm not going to go too much into booking the pilgrimage package, but this is really important. You'll be surprised how many Hajis turn up to the airport and they forget the most important things they should be taking with them. From an immigration standpoint, obviously make sure you have your passport, your flight tickets, your visa details. You should also make sure that you take a picture of these things. Everybody has a mobile phone in their pocket these days. You should make sure that actually you have your passport electronically photographed. Okay? Just take a picture of it with your phone so you have your number and your details. Even your Hajj visa, make sure you take a picture of that. Leave a copy of it with your friends and family back at home in the UK. Very important, because if you get lost, or if for some reason they need to trace you, the first thing the authorities will need are your passport details. Okay, so make sure you make a copy and you do your due diligence. There's one other thing that's really important, and that's make sure that you write your will. The number of people that travel, forget about Hajj for a moment, but even if you're traveling abroad, Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, wherever, you're taking a big risk when you travel without a will. And you can leave a lot of fitna behind if, God forbid, something happens to you on your journey. So make sure you create a will as well. Make sure, and we're going to cover the health aspects in much more detail by a qualified person. I'm no doctor. But generally speaking, you should make sure that you speak to your GP if you have any health needs. You might be diabetic, or you may have some other issues. Make sure your GP is aware that you're going on Hajj. Obviously, all of you should have your ACWY vaccine, which is a requisite. It's a requirement for going on Hajj. Who has had the ACWY vaccine? So around half of you. That's great. If you haven't, get it done quickly. The reason why is because in order for that to take effect, it takes around 3 weeks. So in order for it to actually work, taking it a day before Hajj is not a good idea. It's not going to have any effect. You've got to take it now so that it can actually cook in your body before you go on Hajj. If you take regular medication, speak to your doctor and make sure you take extra supplies before you travel. But more on that later when our doctor speaks to us later this afternoon. Another classic one is that a lot of people go on Hajj, they leave their houses empty. So you need to think about the things that you're going to leave behind. So obviously let your friends and family know, your neighbors know. Maybe consider getting a timer which turns the lights on and off, maybe a lampshade or something, so that any burglars that are out there, and there's a lot of them, think that you're actually still at home. Make sure you leave keys for your house with trusted people, and obviously cancel any regular deliveries you have to your house. We've all heard of this. Trust in Allah, but tie your camel. And that's really important, and that's what we're talking about here. So the next question is, can anyone tell me what this is? Hajj, who said that? Hajj terminal. Have you been Hajj before, sir? Very good though, you've done your research. That is the Hajj terminal. In fact, the authorities are building a new one, and this is the Hajj terminal at Jeddah Airport. Now we know that Brother Rashid already mentioned that there's one vital ingredient that you will need to pack with you. What's that? Patience. Patience. Very important. There's another one I'm going to tell you in a moment, but definitely patience. So what's going to happen is that when you get to the Hajj terminal, you're going to go and be processed, okay, by the Saudi authorities. That processing can take anything from 1 hour to 20 hours, okay? So the wait can be very quick, sometimes it can be very long. And that's where your first test begins. You're going to be in the state of Ihram because you'll be doing something called Hajj Tamattu. Right, Sheikh? That's right. You're going to be doing Hajj Tamattu. And Sheikh will tell you more about Hajj Tamattu later. But there are two other types of Hajj. But most people that go from Europe to Arabia, they perform Hajj Tamattu, which is the Umrah and the Hajj combined. And Sheikh will go into the logistics of that soon. So, the reason I say that you're going to be in Ihram is because you will have put on your Ihram before you get into Jeddah. Because the authorities, the Saudi Arabian Airlines, will have told you you are now approaching the Miqat, which is the boundary area in which you need to be in the state of Ihram. And you would have put your Ihram on. You're going to be in Hajj terminal, and your tour guide says to you, brothers and sisters, I'm so sorry. It's going to be 12 hours. Now, you can have two reactions to that. You can say, bro, I'll pay for a 5-star Hajj. I want to be out right now. Look, get me out here right now. You can have an amygdala hijack. You know, there's a part of our brain, it's called the amygdala. And the amygdala hijack is when you spontaneously kick in to a reaction that you should be controlling. So, patience test number 1 is you have to wait in the Hajj terminal. Be patient. Don't Hajj. Patient. Allah will test you. Allah will test you. Allah will see, is this person ready to have their Hajj accepted? Will you pass off it in the first test? Be patient. Then you have these people called Mutawifs. These guys are the guides. They're around everywhere. And basically, they will be helping you, guiding you. Very friendly people. And the Saudi authorities do a good job making sure the guides are available. One thing you should remember, because the wait can be so long in Jeddah Airport, make sure you have enough medication on you so that you can bear the wait. The number of diabetics we see who start suffering because they did not pack enough medication with them can be a problem. If you're on any other kind of drug, make sure you know you're going to need it, pack 48 hours worth of medication in your on-person baggage. Does that make sense so far? Easy? Alhamdulillah, it's easy. Hajj is easy as long as you know what to do, what to expect. So, here's the new airport that they are building, but that's not quite there yet. The other airport is this. Now, how many of you are going straight to Medina from the UK? Okay? And sisters going straight to Medina, or are you going to Jeddah? Okay, fine. So some brothers are going to Medina. If you're going to Medina, that's okay. You're going to be processed when you go to Medina. Okay? And they're going to do what they do in Jeddah, except they're going to do that in Medina. That's it. And it's a fairly straightforward process. Often, Hajjis tell me that the processing in Medina is a bit easier, it's less congested. Okay? But that doesn't make a difference. Your Hajj doesn't matter where you are at. The other airport is this one in Yanbu, but not many Hujjaj are using this at the moment, especially from the UK. But there's another airport, an entry area into Saudi Arabia. So, the thing to note about Saudi Arabia, who's been to Saudi Arabia before? Alhamdulillah. So some of you have been. Who's not been to Saudi Arabia is the question I should be asking. But a lot of you. Well, Saudi Arabia is a very hot climate. And it's no United Kingdom from lots of perspectives. From the climate, from the way people drive, from your interaction with the authorities. My advice is go with a low expectation and everything else is a bonus. You're not going to a place like Pakistan or Bangladesh. The standards are actually a lot higher than those countries. Okay? They're a lot higher. But in terms of your interaction with the locals, that can be different. So go with low expectations and everything, frankly speaking, is a bonus. Now one thing you need to be careful of when you're entering, and you're going to be surprised by this, but there are a lot of thieves that work around the precincts of Masjid al-Haram. In Makkah and in Medina. In Masjid al-Nabawi, in Medina, and also in Masjid al-Haram in Makkah. So you should be very careful to make sure that if you have your wallet with you, you buy one of those bags that you can tie around your waist, those belts. Okay? It's really important. Also, I know sisters like to take big bags of things with them into the mosque. Don't do that. You can take your small handbag, but anything bigger than a handbag, there are women, security guards, who will be sitting at the gates. They'll be wearing full niqab and a full jilbab, and they will stop you and they will not let you take your bags, larger than a handbag, into the mosque. So in order to save you having an argument, and remember, the number of Hujjaj I've seen arguing with the guards, saying, no, I'm taking this in ihram, you think, subhanAllah. Remember, the aim of the game here is to be patient. Follow the instructions. That's ingredient number 2. Ingredient number 1 is patience. Ingredient number 2 is follow instructions. If you are instructed, I'm going to come on to that in a moment, but if you are instructed that this is a one-way street, imagine I'm saying to you, okay Hujjaj, go down this way, everybody this way. But you know, if you go this way, you're going to get to your tent. You're going to get to your hotel a lot quicker. This way will take you 2 minutes. This way will take you half an hour. But I'm telling you, as your guide, go this way, brothers and sisters. But you think, oh no, 2 minutes that way. Oh, bro, it's going to be fine. No one's going to say, it's going to be fine. That's exactly what happened a couple of years ago in the tent city, and many people died because they did not follow instructions. Exactly what happened. So if your guide is telling you, brothers and sisters, go this way, go that way, follow the instructions. Does that make sense? You must. If you see somebody, and don't just think about yourself now, if you see someone breaking the instructions, don't have an argument. Don't pick a fight and say, bro, what's up? Get out here, man. No. Akhi, please, let's just follow the instructions. In a calm, state of ihram-like way. Keep going, keep going. If they don't want to listen, leave them, you go. Go peacefully. You don't want to follow instructions. You told them once, just go. Halas, finished. Done. All good? Yes? Okay. Let's carry on. So, there are a number of products, I said, right? Alright, I've talked about the crowds already, but most of the crowd problems happen when people don't follow instructions. So, ingredient number 1 is patience. Ingredient number 2 is instructions. Follow instructions. Thank you. Patience, instructions. There's a third ingredient, which is instinct. Instinct. What does that mean? Now, imagine I had put a fire here, and I lit the fire. And I said, brothers and sisters, just head in this direction. Go for it, go in this direction. There's something in your brain called instinct that will say, what? No way, you're not going near that, I'm going to burn. It's instinct. You're going to need instinct when you go and do the tawaf. When you go and do the sa'i around Safa and Marwa. Not Safa and Marwa at the back there, the hills of Safa and Marwa. Okay? You're going to need that. Because there'll be a time when things will get very busy, and that's when your instinct needs to say to you, nope, I'm not going in that, I'm going to wait. Does that make sense? You're going to see so many crowds, such a crowd, you need to ask yourself, will I be safe entering that crowd and commencing my tawaf right now? And if you can see pushing and shoving, people falling, your instinct should tell you, no, I'm stepping back, I'm going to wait until it's safe. And that's how we need to do it. So, patience. What's number 2? Instructions. What's number 3? Instinct. Okay. So there are a number of emergency numbers that you can call as well. Okay. The one that I would recollect is the one that we're all familiar with, which is 999. Generally, the operators, when you call them, speak okay English. The Saudi style type English, but they'll understand what you're saying. But just bear that in mind as well. And these numbers are there on the screen. The one that you should remember is the one that we know in the UK is 999. And if you can remember, 997 is for the ambulance service. Okay, so we're giving away free prizes today. So if anybody goes on Twitter during the break and follows CBHUK, we're giving away free prizes. Make some comments about today's Hajj event, and Rashid and the team are giving out free goodies as well. So, it's an FYI. Let's move on. So, the CBHUK is available if you need to ask any questions. info@cbhuk.org is the email address. info@cbhuk.org. Jazakallah khair. And with that, I'm going to pass the podium on to Sheikh Sulaiman Ghani in a moment. But before we do that, we're going to take a very short break of how much long? How long do we need? 5 minutes? 10 minutes? Put your hands up for 10 minutes. Put your hands up for 5 minutes. Put your hand up for no break. Alright, what we'll do is we'll have a very short 5-minute break. Most people say break. We'll start again at 20 past 3. It's 14 past right now. 20 past 3.
بسم الله.